Means we're live, a casual take with your boy Steven Pepper, here to give a take off my chest. Long time no see, everyone. Let's talk about some NBA playoffs, shall we? So, the New York Knicks stunned the Boston Celtics in game one, overcoming a 20-point deficit. And if you wonder why the Celtics lost as a big favorite, well, it's pretty simple right here. 15 for 60 from three were the Celtics last night. The 45 misses, yeah, that's the most ever by a team in a playoff game. Also, the 60 attempts is the most ever in a playoff game by a team. And the biggest contributor to the Celtics brick building was Jayson Tatum, their star player, who was 4 for 15 from three. So let's talk about Jayson Tatum, shall we? Last night was a big example why Jayson Tatum is not discussed as one of the best players in the league. Because despite being in the prime of his career, he does everything well on the court, has all the experience in the world now, his shot selection sucks. Okay? It's the worst of any superstar in the league. And this is coming from a big Jayson Tatum defender, by the way. But this guy is 6'9", big forward, cosplaying as a small guard. Like, what are you doing? He thinks he's Steph and James Harden, but in reality, he's more like LeBron. That's who he should be. He's bigger, stronger than all of his defenders. He should just put his head down and get to the basket. But instead, he has just convinced himself that his go-to shot is a sidestep three. That gets no separation, by the way, but he keeps jacking it up like it's cash money. Like I'm screaming at my TV, bro. You have Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns on you, two weak perimeter defenders. Get to the bucket, but he lets them off the hook. And that's what Jayson Tatum does. He lets defenses off the hook with his shot selection. In fact, on the season, 36% of his shots were pull-up threes, but he only makes 33% of them. Remember, he is 6'9". Literally half of his field goal attempts, he shoots 20 on the season, were threes, but he only hits 35% of them. But he shoots 56% from through. So what I'm saying is, this is what pisses me off, because if Tatum just shoots more twos, not only do I think Boston wins last night, not only do I think Boston handles the East, but Tatum is taken more seriously in that S-tier player conversation. Where Jokic, Giannis, Luka's still up there, where SGA's entering into that tier, those type of players. Because I think Tatum is a top 5 player in the league, but he's holding on to that 5th spot, and he's stuck in that tier 2 because of his shot selection. Now, I do want to credit the Knicks for scratching and clawing back into this game, being down 20. Brunson, Anunoby, heck of performances. Mikal Bridges' defense down the stretch was great. But I can't help but think, last night's game had more to do with the Celtics' horrific shooting than a big-time win for New York. And at the forefront of the Celtics brick building was Jayson Tatum, who had felt like the Celtics, along with Tatum, once they went up 20 in that third quarter, decided, you know what, let's just do a 3-point only challenge. Like, what? They only attempted 1-2 in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter overtime, here's Jayson Tatum. 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 4 points. Ugh. And 3 of those misses from 3 were in the final 2 minutes, including the game winner. And again, this guy had Brunson cat on him, but he just kept giving the Knicks breaks by falling in love with that dribble, sidestep 3, but it kept being brick instead of make. And again, it just makes me mad because I like Tatum and I know what he's capable of doing, because in the first half, including the first quarter, he had 13 points in the first quarter. But it wasn't just off threes. He was getting to the rim, operating the mid-range, doing his thing. But he kept settling for threes in that second half, and he was atrocious in that period. Now, some Tatum defenders, I've had this conversation with Tatum fans who blame his shot selection on Joe Mazzulla, because we all know the Celtics shoot the most threes of any team in NBA history, and that has to do a lot with Joe Mazzulla's philosophy of living and dying with a 3. But I know Tatum. You can't get that past me, because Tatum's had 3 coaches in his career. Excuse me, I've been sick. But no matter who his coach is, his 3-point attempts have gone up every year of his career. It's now at 10. But they went up with Brad Stevens. They went up with Udoka. It doesn't matter who Joe Mazzulla is. Tatum just likes shooting threes, and it makes me mad because he was like 7 for 23 from the field, but the majority of that had to do from 3. He was 3 from 8 from 2. Bro, if he just would have shot more twos, the Celtics win last night. And if he just shoots more twos in his career, because he's really good from getting to the paint, he's decent enough from mid-range, Jayson Tatum would get more respect for MVP, and in that upper echelon best player alive tier, which some Tatum fans would like to put him in because he does everything on a basketball court, because he has a championship ring and all the experience. It's just his shot selection is so bad. Excuse me. But let me know what you guys think. I think the Celtics are still fine. I appreciate everyone for tuning into this episode of A Casual Take. Follow my social media. Stay updated on all things related to the show. Until next time, see ya.